From the vault of what did you expect a war criminal to do, we have this headline. Here we go. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is reportedly planning an overhaul for the military's lawyers to relax the rules of combat engagement and change how charges are brought against service members. What did you expect for someone who doesn't believe in war crimes? Hegseth wants sweeping changes among the Judge Advocate General's Corps, pushing for more aggressive battlefield actions and more leniency against soldiers accused of offenses which could include war crimes, sources told The Guardian. The Defense Secretary has enlisted attorney and former naval officer Tim Palatori to oversee the effort, the sources said. Palatori has previously served as an attorney for Hegseth, Trump, and Eddie Gallagher, a former Navy SEAL accused of war crimes. Keep in mind, Palatori is also the attorney that allegedly said to the alleged victim of Pete Hegseth here that they would sue her if he was not confirmed to this position. Just so you understand what we're dealing with here. And isn't it funny that all of these individuals in the Trump administration keep finding a way to place their personal attorneys into the administration? It's almost as if none of this is about the country. And they know what is potentially on the horizon. The Independent has contacted the Pentagon for comment. The reported shift in strategy comes after the administration last month fired the top lawyers for the Army and Air Force without explanation. Because why would you want checks and balances when you know you're about to do some fuckery that's not legal? The Pentagon is also reportedly moving to halt all civilian harm mitigation work inside the military. Leadership at a center focused on advising commanders told the Washington Post. So you just want to fuck everybody up. What kind of... Hegseth has long derided what he sees as a culture of excessive caution within the military, mocking the Judge Advocate General Corps, known by their initials as JAGs, instead calling them jagoffs. Are you 5? In his book, The War on Warriors, there is a war on veterans, but this ain't it. Hegseth wrote that Americans should not fight by rules written by dignified men in mahogany rooms 80 years ago. But you want them to go and fight by your rules. And eventually you'll be, minus the dignified part, that old fogey in a mahogany. And claim that in some cases our units were so boxed in by rules and regulations and political correctness we even second guess ourselves. At times you should, because you carry a whole lot of ideologies that could get a whole lot of innocent people sent to the upper room. Hegseth told a podcast in November that during his time as a soldier, he ignored a commander's order in Iraq not to fire on someone unless they raised a weapon to shoot at American soldiers first. This is unfortunately not surprising. Clear as day, I remember walking out of that briefing and pulling my platoon together and being like, guys, we're not doing that, Hegseth said. If you see an enemy, engage before he's able to point his weapon at you and shoot. We already know what you were looking for in order to determine who was a friendly and who was foe. But this does show that you have the ability to not just take orders. We'll see if that comes into play with you and old Trump. During his time at Fox News, Hegseth successfully urged Trump to pardon U.S. service members accused and in one case convicted of war crimes. Well, I guess you don't really need him for all that shit now, huh? You can just let everybody willy-nilly. This will be fun. All of these power grabs all going on at one. As The Independent has reported, the U.S. military has long obscured and undercounted the number of civilians it kills during operations, only disclosing civilian death tolls beginning in 2018 and often failing to conduct full due diligence on the aftermath of attacks gone wrong. I'm just waiting to see who's going to be the next United States. And what I mean by that, who is going to decide they know how to govern us better than we know how to govern us, and they're going to come over here and bitch slap the shit out of us so that we get our shit together. Because that's what we do. We always want to go and mix in somebody else's government and somebody else's affairs and tell them that they're not doing it right. Because I know the rest of the countries on this floating space rock are sick and tired of our shit. Who do you think it'll be?